The Dark Legacy, the history of the Italian Mafia. When you hear the word mafia, you might think of crime, power, and mystery. But behind the Hollywood stories lies a real and bloody history, a story of violence, loyalty, betrayal, and survival. Today, we uncover the true history of the Italian Mafia, from its humble beginnings to its global empire. Chapter 1: The Origins. The story of the Mafia begins in the rugged hills of Sicily in the 19th century. Back then, Sicily was a land of poverty, lawlessness, and foreign rule. Ordinary citizens had little protection from bandits, corrupt officials, or invaders. Out of necessity, local families began forming secret groups to defend themselves, using violence and intimidation where the law failed. These groups offered protection, but at a cost. They called it Cosa Nostra, meaning our thing. What started as protection soon became organized crime. Chapter 2: The Rise of Power. As Sicily struggled under weak governments, the Mafia grew more powerful. They infiltrated agriculture, controlling lemon groves and wheat markets. By the late 1800s, Mafia clans dominated entire towns. Then came the Great Migration. Thousands of Sicilians fled poverty and violence, sailing to America, and the Mafia came with them. In the cities of New York, Chicago, and New Orleans, the Mafia found new opportunities. They built underground empires through gambling, smuggling, and extortion. The American branch of the Mafia would soon become just as feared as its Sicilian parent. Chapter 3: The Mafia in America, Prohibition Era. In 1920, America passed Prohibition, banning alcohol. It was the Mafia's golden opportunity. Smuggling alcohol became a billion-dollar business. Mafia families grew rich and violent, fighting bloody wars over territory. Legendary figures like Al Capone and Lucky Luciano became household names. They bribed politicians, controlled unions, and ran entire cities from the shadows. Prohibition ended in 1933, but the Mafia was here to stay, bigger and stronger than ever. Chapter 4: The Sicilian Mafia's Power Play. Back in Sicily, the Mafia was also evolving. After World War II, Sicily was in ruins, and the Mafia seized control. They moved into construction, politics, and drug trafficking. Entire towns were ruled by the iron fist of the Mafia bosses. Anyone who resisted, judges, journalists, even priests, were silenced permanently. In the 1980s and 90s, the Sicilian Mafia waged open war against the Italian state, assassinating famous anti-mafia crusaders like Giovanni Falcone and Paolo Borsellino. The bloodshed forced Italy to take real action against organized crime. Chapter 5: The Fall and Modern Mafia. By the 1990s, governments fought back hard. Massive trials like the Maxi trial exposed hundreds of Mafia members. Legendary bosses like Toto Riina and Bernardo Provenzano were captured after decades on the run. The old Mafia's power has been weakened, but not destroyed. Today, new groups like the 'Ndrangheta in Calabria and the Camorra in Naples carry on the legacy, expanding into international drug trade, cybercrime, and money laundering. The Mafia has evolved, becoming smarter, quieter, and even more global. So guys, the Mafia's story is not just about crime, it's about power, fear, and the desperate fight for survival in a broken world. It reminds us that when justice fails, darker forces rise to fill the void. And even today, the echoes of the Mafia's dark empire are still felt around the world. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more history, mysteries, and true crime stories.